Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Chainlink. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, jumping into the daily chart. As you can see, we still have the same Fibonacci retracement that we've had for a very long time, with the swing high in May of 2021 and the swing low in March of 2020. We had this strong retracement down, broke above, or rather below, this major support trend line that we had here. We broke below that, retraced all the way down to the 1.272, not quite, but sort of to that area. And since then, we've been really in this sideways channel since May of 2022. So you could say Chainlink has really literally done nothing. It's been in this sideways channel, good for swing trading, not gonna lie. I've been swing trading this for this entire time with my patrons, and it's been great. Let's zoom in and see what we can see on the daily chart here. So as you can see, we broke below this channel up pattern, which is typical for such a pattern. We had a back test of resistance, came back down, another back test of resistance, came back down, another back test of resistance. So now we're expecting another move to the downside, and hopefully $7 is going to hold us this time, because potentially what we're doing here is we're starting a local uptrend. So as you can see, we have a low, we have a higher low, we have a high, we have a higher high. So if we come back down and we don't lose this low that we printed in February, we're good to continue. And potentially, if we bounce off the $7 mark here, we could be looking at an $8.75 Chainlink, with the 1.618 target being at that price. Hopefully that's what's going to happen. More importantly, we don't want to be losing this swing low that we printed in December of 2022, because if we do that, well, then we're actually pulling back down towards the lows that we printed all the way back in June and May of 2022. So hopefully we don't do that. Hopefully we don't break the trend and continue even lower. But like I said, I can't predict the future, but so far that doesn't seem to be the expectation for Chainlink. However, if Bitcoin decides to see or to do something very, very negative, and it's going to drop below, let's say, $16,000, well, in that case, of course, all the altcoins will see major dips, and we might see Chainlink all the way back at $5 maybe. Around about, yeah, $5, we have a major resistance that we haven't retested as support yet. So in case of a flash crash, I would say around $5 is going to be your golden entry, in my opinion, your golden entry point into Chainlink. So I do want to continue this uptrend here, but like I said, if we see a pullback, you're still ready with all the buy limit orders if you are smart about your portfolio. Now, taking a look at the Fibonacci retracement as a whole, you can see that once we break above this first fib level, if I remove the price tags here, if we break above $8.10, which is really the thing that has been, or the level that has been keeping us down for a while here, that's the swing low we printed in December of 2020, actually. So if or once we break above that, I think we're going to see a very, very strong impulsive move, because once you've been coiling up for such a long time, you typically see a very strong breakout. So we could see a strong one-wave move all the way up to the 786 of this Fibonacci retracement, which is at $12.18, and I would not be surprised one bit that that happened. We've held that level as support once in January 2021, once in March 2022, so this is a pretty important level that we might retest as resistance, and then we can simply continue in this channel pattern. As you can see, if I drag this forward, we can simply continue in this pattern, right? Come back down and simply continue towards the upside. So this would be a little fake out, just like we had a fake out there, just like we had a fake out there, right? Because these support and resistance lines are still valid, even though you broke below them, right? They're still valid. And That's something that could be happening. So I'm just saying be ready for a strong explosion on Chainlink's part. So if you're swing trading, be very careful because you don't want to sell as soon as the move is starting. So you might sell, let's say, at $10 and Chainlink keeps pumping and pumping and pumping. So I would say be careful once the price is very, very close to the bear market lows. That's all I'm saying, because you would rather be sitting at the all-time highs with your full bag rather than, taking advantage of these small waves, trying to get an extra 20 bucks from a swing trade. And trust me, you're going to be sorry about doing all of that once you're going to be at the all-time high prices. So you're better off just removing the token from or your chain links from the exchange, put it into a cold storage, forget about it, or not forget, but just don't have it on an exchange where not only is it a risk, but where you cannot really sell it immediately, because you're going to have that temptation. And I know all about it. I've gone through that. So once you remove emotions from your investing, it really becomes easier and it really makes you appreciate all the profits even more. And the profits themselves are going to be way, way bigger. So let's not be greedy here. The profits will come eventually. We all need to be patient. The profits will come eventually. So as you can see, Chainlink is pulling back down to this major support trend line that we've been holding since May. We had a little fake out here in December. We had a strong move to the upside afterwards. So I'm thinking that if Bitcoin continues with this pullback, of course, we're going to lose the white trend line once again. And then I would be targeting 38.12 on the RSI, as that is something that we back tested as support in November last year. Then we broke below, then we broke above, and we still haven't had the back test of support. So that is a good entry. And the yellow support trend line here at 32 on the RSI is a great entry as well, because we've back tested that multiple times. So once in August last year, once in December last year, and once in May last year. So we haven't really been below that since May of 2022. And if we do indeed go below, well, that's even a better sale. Now I do want to switch over to the weekly chart on Binance. Taking a look at the weekly chart, nothing has changed really. What we've done here is obviously bullish, because we broke above this major resistance level that has been keeping us down since August of last year, but we're not able to hold it as support. As you can see, we're pulling back down here below it. Maybe we're pulling back down for a 20 EMA back test of support at $7.13.5. That would be a great area to dollar cost average in. We do have some buy limit orders with my patrons set up at that price, and we might continue even lower if Bitcoin sees a stronger pullback or goes through a stronger pullback. So this support block below, this green support block, could be a very important thing on your chart. So draw this out. And this is set up from $6.20 down to $5.29. Basically, it's set up using this swing low based off the bodies of the candles in June last year, and the wick all the way down here to $5.30 in June as well last year. So if we're coming back down into this falling wedge, no problem. Just be patient, dollar cost average. If you are bullish on a project, then you're bullish for it. You're bullish on it for a reason, not because of the price action, obviously, but because the project is going to have success during the next bull market. So that's why you're investing. And it's great that projects like these are still not moving up. It gives us more time to dollar cost average. So be grateful for that. And personally, I would love to stay in the bear market for another year even, because that would give me so much time to accumulate so much crypto. But obviously, I just don't think that's going to be possible. And I think a year from now, we're going to be sitting at much, much higher prices. So that's my opinion, of course. So not a financial advisor here. Now, for the weekly RSI, I would be targeting this ascending pink trend line that we've got. We have been back testing it as support once in August, once in November, almost a third touch in December. So we might come back down to retest that. You could also see a little bounce here from 46 on the RSI, as that was a resistance level for a couple of months there. Then we broke above, back tested it as support in February, and then had another impulsive move to the upside. So far, Chainlink has moved up to the RSI of 50. which is okay. It's not as overextended as, for example, Polygon Matic, where it nearly got into the overbought area there. So for now, it's doing all right. We might come up all the way up here to 58.5 on the RSI, which is where the falling wedge was created. So we might have one more impulsive move before we start liquidating all the long positions, as the exchanges and market makers like to do. And yeah, that's what I have here for Chainlink, guys. The volume candles are pretty good here. As you can see, we're getting good volume. So people are buying in, institutions are buying into Chainlink, no doubt about that. And I think this project is going to be sitting above $150 the next bull market. So let's pull up a Fib retracement here from the low that we printed in December last year. Here, as you can see, December 2022, all the way back up to the all-time high we printed in May. So our 1.618 target is sitting at $208 or $207 rather. And from this bottom in December, that is going to be a 3,618% move to the upside. I think that's quite doable. You can start taking profits at the 1.414 as well, which is $131. But this is assuming that the December low that we printed is actually our bear market bottom. If we continue lower, then we're going to have to set up a fib a bit differently and move it back down. So that was going to change the target slightly. But for now, as you can see, that is what we're looking at here. And you have the golden ratio around about $22 to $17. And as you can see, that's where a lot of support was back when we were pulling back down in 2021. Eventually, we broke below, back tested it as resistance. As you can see, we created a double top pattern here. And then we lost the neckline there, and we saw a pretty strong pullback. So let's see if the target was met from that. Yeah, the target was definitely met, and we even back tested that level as resistance then. Well, not important. That happened a long time ago. So that's pretty much everything I have here for Chainlink. We're above the 20 EMA. Let's hope it stays that way. If not, like I said, you can still dollar cost average. Let me know what you think of this project. Let me know what are your long-term targets for Chainlink during the next bull market. And thank you all for watching. I'm going to see you in the next update.